Hey, what's up guys? I'm glad that you're here. This is teacher Roberto. And today we will be talking about America, discovery, conquered. What is it? How do you call it? Why is it celebrated? What do we commemorate? Several things that we will discuss today with the help of some of your classmates, experts, we can call them if you want. They made several research about it, inquired about different documents, videos, pictures, and stuff. Obviously, well, paintings. And I would like to introduce these people who will participate today. It is Victor Arce, Sara Farias, Demian Garcia, Angela Garza, Scarlett Garza, and Derek York. So, in a moment we will start. We will have a debate. Okay, this debate. The main question is: was America discovered or conquered? It's a topic, a very interesting topic. We will see different perspectives of your classmates, and based on, as I mentioned before, with the inquiry they did. Okay, so in a moment we will start. We will start with the meet. Okay, see you in a couple of seconds. Hello. Hello, Sarah, Scarlett, all of you. If you could please be kind enough to turn the cameras on, and we will start with the debate, okay? And the first question that we will discuss today, it is, do you really consider, where is the question? Do you really consider that there's something to celebrate on October the 12th? I will go with first, just mention yes or no, or whatever you want to say, but just a very short answer, okay? Please, I would like to start with Arce. I'm starting with Arce because of the last one, okay? Go ahead, Arce, please.
Yes, I do think there's something to celebrate, the 12th of October.
Okay, thank you. Next one.
I think we shouldn't. Like, there's nothing to celebrate.
Nothing to celebrate. Thank you. Next one. Demian?
Well, I think that there is like something we have to celebrate, like it's important.
Okay, very good. Angela?
I don't think we should celebrate.
Okay. What about you, Scarlett?
Yes and no, but mostly no.
Okay. Derek?
I think it isn't a reason or a important date to celebrate.
Thank you. The reason why I ask this, to be short answer, is because we have a Menti, okay? On Mentimeter, you need to, the rest of the audience need to access, I don't know if we can place the code there to access to Menti, okay? And it's the same question. It's just a yes, no, or maybe, I don't know. If the code could be pasted there and in the comments, so you can see what is the question and answer this, please. Let me know. I would like to see the results. On the meantime, while Menti is displayed, I would like to ask why. Why you say yes, no, or yes and no at the same time? I don't know who would like to start with this. Why we have something to celebrate or why we don't have something to celebrate on October the 12th? Who would like to start?
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I think that there is something to celebrate because, like, at the end, even if it's like a conquest, a discovery, whatever, it's like it's an important day to history because at the end is the clash of two different, well, totally different cultures, and that I think is like impressive at the end. I mean, it's not like something that is like wow, too important, but it's something to respect.
Okay, something to respect is what Damian says. Anyone else? Thank you very much, Damian. Anyone else who would like to add something?
Can I
I
say
think
something?
that oh,
Derek, and then Victor. Okay.
well, why I think it isn't so necessary is because it is an important date, and it can and it reminds us of our roots, but it still already happened, and it's not a complete thing that could benefit us, but still we can remember it, but there's no need to celebrate it.
Okay, very good. Anyone? Victor, please.
Well, I think we should celebrate it because even though all the things that they did to our continent, they put us in the map. They show us to the rest of the world. For the rest of the world, we didn't exist until they discovered us. So I think that's the reason we need to celebrate.
Okay, excellent, very good. Thank you very much for that answer. Anyone else who would like to add something? Angela, Scarlett, Sarah?
Me, I would like to say something.
Of course, go ahead.
Well,
Scarlett.
I think that we shouldn't celebrate it just like because it's not something like very respectful for natives and to think about all the massacres that happened. But as we're half blood, I think that we should just like enjoy our globalization. Like it happened 1,000 years ago and just enjoy it, but not to celebrate it because it's not respectful to what happened.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like the celebration has a negative connotation, as we mentioned, right? I mean, how can you celebrate something like that? Okay, yeah, I got your point. Thank you very much. Sarah, Angela, would you like to add something?
Yeah, me. I think we shouldn't celebrate it. Like, yeah, remember it, but don't celebrate it because we suffered a lot with that, and that made a lot of changes.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you. Angela?
I don't think we should celebrate it because, I mean, yeah, they discovered America, but they could just leave. But instead, they wanted to rule the continent. They decided that they wanted to control us and make us, well, make us, our ancestors, slaves. And I don't think that is something for us to be like, oh, thanks, because
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. You mentioned something, Scarlett, you want to say something, right?
No.
Okay, very good. Well, what Angela mentioned, yeah, is kind of interesting. My question will be like, do you think I mean, how should we call them? They or us? I mean, like talking about the natives in America, the Native Americans, I mean, I'm talking about the continent. Or if you want, let's call, because Mexico didn't exist by the time, you know. So, should we call them or call us? I mean, are we part of them or they are something different from us? We know the story. We know how history works. We know that we're descendants of them. But should we call them or call us? Is the question. What do you say? They or us? Scarlett wants to talk. I see her on her face.
Yeah, them, definitely.
Okay, very good.
Can I talk?
Yes.
I think like we should call them. It's kind of confusing. We should call them us since it's maybe for like the people hearing this meet is like a little percentage, but it's like some kind of a roots. Like even if for the least most, what did I say? I don't know. But for the least most, we are kind of, well, kind of our roots are with those peoples. Well, like not much, but there's the touch.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you very much. Now, getting back to the main question, because before, if we can go to the next slide in Menti, and there's a question there, but I will ask you something different, guys, the ones that are here in the debate. The question in Menti is, our continent was discovered or conquered? What you need to do is write your name and justify your answer, okay, on Menti. And for you guys, I would like to ask something different. What comes to your mind when you hear the term conquest? Whoever wants to participate is free to do it.
Can I say something?
Yes?
Well, when I hear the term conquest, I hear like they take something that originally isn't them, like they take something that isn't them. I don't know how to say, and they make it their property. They make it yours. Like they say they own it and will do anything to own it. Apparently, and doesn't matter if it's a land or a thing. They will conquer everything. That's what I
Okay,
hear.
thank you. Anyone else?
Me.
Sarah?
Okay, I think conquest is something like you steal something and you become the owner of it because yeah, you steal it.
Okay. Well, I remember you were supposed to say something more, but it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. Anyone else? Derek, Marco,
And
Damian,
yes,
sorry. Derek,
yes,
go ahead.
me. Um, what I get by the term conquer is to take a piece of land because conquering means territory. So when you conquer a territory, it means that you had taken someone else's territory or piece of land.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Damian, Angela, if you want to add something, or it's okay? Because
Well, I think like that conquest is like when you take something by force, like it was something that belonged to anyone and you take it by force, but like it was already owned by someone and you just like steal it.
okay. Okay, very good. I wanted to say something, but in a moment. Angela, would you like to say something, or it's okay, as you wish?
I agree with everybody else's opinion.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, the other question is, what do you think? What comes to your mind when you hear the term discovery? Because it could apply to different things, even science, right? So, what comes to your mind when you hear the term um, discovery? Who wants to participate?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Victor.
Well, when I heard the word discovery, I think they discovered something that no one knew about it. Like in science, they discover a new element or they discover a new material, and they made it public so that everyone knows there's something new. There's something new to explore. It doesn't even matter if it's a fish or an animal or a place. That's what I think when someone says discovery.
Okay,
That.
thank you. Excellent. Anyone else?
Me, I think discovery is like when you find something that no one has ever seen before, like something new and something innovative.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else?
I agree with them. I mean, like, the
Well,
most
I
important
think
thing, if,
that
oh,
by different.
No, Derek, if you could wait a moment because Scarlett was talking. Go ahead, Scarlett, I'm sorry.
well, I was just saying that I agree with them, and that the most important thing, and not just about the discovering something new, is to bring it to the world, like to show it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else would like to add something to this? Okay, now what I would like to do is see some of the answers in Menti. That, for example, we have Jesus' answer that, in my opinion, it was discovered. I mean, he's talking about the question was our continent was discovered or conquered. Jesus says, in my opinion, it was discovered. It was discovered because the lands discovered by Columbus did not belong to India. Interesting. Would you like to say something about it? Because I will read it again. Jesus says, in my opinion, it was discovered because the lands discovered by Columbus did not belong to India.
Can I
Go
like
ahead.
add? Well, I think that that can be partially truth, but like if you put yourself in the eyes of Columbus, he like just saw a bunch of people running like he didn't knew that they were like the inhabitants. He just stumbled them and he was like, well, these strange people on this new island in the Indies. Like he didn't even knew he was in a new continent. So maybe in that case you could argue it's a discovery. Then whatever happened like next, well, things of history. Like, whatever. He didn't
I
knew even that could happen.
Very good perspective, Demian. Yes, I mean, because if we have the perspective of Columbus, yes, it's like for me it's a discovery because I didn't know, and the world didn't know, but the world was just that part. That's the problem. That was not the full, I mean the whole world. So yes, I got you. Very good, very good. Thank you. I would like to read something else. Remember to try to add the name, okay? Abigail Zambrano says, I think both because first the continent was discovered, but later they decide to treat the person or people, I think, that already live there like they're slaves and take the territory and from what I know, exploit its resources. Yes, yes, that's what we know. Very good. Andres, I think is what discovered because Christopher Columbus was the one that discovered and then conquered Mexico. Dana, I think at first our continent was discovered and then they wanted to conquer it and take slaves and things from there. Dana, thank you. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for your answers. I won't be able to read all of them because it's limited here, but I will read another one, just last one, and the one that I can read. It says, I think that it was discovered but also conquered since America was already existing, but it was discovered, but they make it theirs, so it was also a conquered. Okay, yeah, it's what we were saying. Very good, excellent. Thank you. Now, let me see the next question. The next question is let's go a little bit faster. Uh, are we supposed to feel bad about something that happened more than 500 years ago? Because I mean, it happened more than 500 years ago, and we still like, no, it was injustice and massacre and stuff like that. So how should we feel about it? Should we feel bad, sad, angry, or how? I mean, I just mentioned negative emotions, okay? But or should we be like indifferent to it, or how? How are we supposed to feel about this event? And before that we continue, something that someone says before, it was about the first question. You said we don't need to celebrate it. Something bad happened, stuff like that. Yes, I think that the word, and you let me know if I'm right. Probably not the word. The word, I mean, probably the word is incorrect. We don't celebrate it, but we commemorate it. It's different. It's like October the 2nd, 68. Okay, there was a massacre, students' massacre. So we don't celebrate it, but we commemorate what happened. So I think that is the perspective that we should have. But you are the experts here. So let me know, how are we supposed to feel about this event that happened more than 500 years ago? Who wants to talk? Sarah, go ahead.
I think we shouldn't feel bad about it because it's already done, so we cannot change it. I think we should care more about things that we can change, like our future, like care about what do we do next.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Victor, go ahead.
Well, I agree with Sarah because it's in the past. We cannot do something about it. It's like we cannot stop them from conquesting us, but we can, instead of looking at the past, look at our future and try to change things that we can actually make right and change.
Very good. Thank you. Anyone else?
Me.
Go ahead. Daniel.
Well, I think like we shouldn't like feel bad, but still we should commemorate because like at the end is like the death of a part of our ancestry. I mean, we are from the north and I believe that we were mainly the conquerors that had servants and everything, but like anyways, it's part of like our culture anyway. So I think we should like not feel exactly bad, but we should still remember those natives and warriors and everything that like died in the following years following the conquest.
Very good. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Scarlett?
I agree with all of you. Like, yes, it is what it is, and we should feel like empathic and to commemorate because it's important about what happened to them. And we should, like, as Sarah said, keep our eyes in the future and help like those or natives that we have right now. Like, yes, that happened, and what are we going to do now? Well, help you because it's something that like what history is going to be part of.
Very good. Anyone else? Or should we continue with the next one? Okay, very good. Well, this is not a question, okay? It's based, I mean, it was a question, but now after all you said, it is like, I mean, we are going to agree about this. It says, we just celebrated 220 years of becoming an independent country. Remember that this event happened more than 500, but we are independent we have been independent for only 220 years. Okay? Don't you guys think that we should focus in our country more than what happened 500 years ago? I mean, I think you agree with that, right? I mean, if you want to say just yes or move your head like yes or no. Okay, Victor, go ahead.
Yes, I agree with what you say. Like that happened more than 500 years ago, and we should focus now in our country than something that we cannot
Yes,
change.
and what I thank you very much, Victor. And yes, I mean what I say is not important. We should forget it. No, 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 no. It's quite the opposite. Keep that in mind. But okay, that happened. Now we are independent. Now we work. Now I mean, we're working for our country and in our country. So we just need to continue. And one last thing, that if we can change on Mentimeter, the next question. And I think, okay, they did it. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Very good. If you check, and this is the last thing before we have some conclusions or whatever you want to add, or if you don't want to add anything at the end, it's okay. But on Menti, as you can see, I mean, I created this question that go to Google and search for your last name origin. Type which country it does belong. It does come from. That was the question. And I can see that, for example, the reason why we ask this is because, well, we have, some people feel bad, some people is angry about the conquest and stuff. Okay, but it's part of our story, okay? It's part of us. We like it or not. That's just a fact, okay? And what we can see is on Menti, for example, Jesus, his last name comes from Spain. Andres, his last name comes from France. Marta's, Spain. Vanessa, Spain. Natalia, Spain and Portugal. Jimena, Spain, and it has some Jewish origin as well. Zambrano, I cannot see it, I'm sorry. Mario, Spain. Loera, Claudia, Italian. Okay, so as you can see, we like it or not, we are descendants also from Spaniards, okay? So, yes, what they did was horrible. I mean, that's not the way you treat people. I mean, I'm totally, I agree with that perspective. But we should continue, okay? We commemorate, we have a date for that, but we should continue and we cannot focus on the past, okay? We need to continue and work on, okay, how can we become a better country? And why are we talking about this, our country, Mexico, and the conquest? Because we're in history, okay? So, just to finish, I don't know if you would like to add something, a few final words, and then I will be closing this. Anything to say if you want to? If you want to, raise your hand. No one wants to add anything. Okay, so, excellent. No problem. Well, I just want to thank you, first of all, Sara, Demian, Angela, Scarlett, Derek, and Victor for your participation. I really appreciate your effort that we practiced yesterday and everything. I really thank for your time and everything. Also, I would like to thank you, the ones that are watching this broadcasting on YouTube. And well, I will see you later in classes, okay? Thank you very much, guys. And I really wish you a great day, okay? Thank you and goodbye. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.